Ah, the joy of Bob Ross. Now, if you don't know Bob Ross, he had a very successful TV show that ran from 1983 to 1994 called The Joy of Painting. Actually, I don't know why you never would have heard of him. His shows are still technically on, and you can find them on Netflix and right here on YouTube. So in honor of that show, here are the top 5 joys of Bob Ross. Number 5. The world exists in only 12 colors. These aren't just your average Crayola colors either. Now, throughout the run of the show, Bob Ross would alternate throughout the colors he would use. However, by halfway through the show's run, he mainly ever used a set of about 12 different colors. And we'll run those colors right at the bottom of the screen here so you can follow along with us. And what I learned was that with these 12 colors, you can create just magical freaking landscapes. Bob Ross used what was called the wet on wet technique. So what that means is that he always started off his canvases with either liquid white or a little bit of black gesso. And it really goes to show how much Bob knew about color. By mixing a bit of Van Dyke brown or little yellow ochre, one could produce a beautiful rocky mountain or the setting sun off in the distance. The magic of Bob's art was that with just a few colors, it wouldn't take much effort at all to paint a really stunning picture. And Bob's everlasting smile would guide you the rest of the way. Number 4. Woodland creatures make the best pets. Throughout the course of the show, it became apparent that Bob not only loved nature landscapes, but also creatures you could find in nature as well. Bob would show us all the creatures that he would take into his house, whether it be baby squirrels.
Since I've shown these in the previous shows, asking how in the world you go about feeding a little squirrel. And this is how hard it is to get a little squirrel to eat. That's all there is to it.
Baby owls.
I brought my little friend Hoot on one more time so you could see him. We've got so many cards and people have called asking about him. I just wanted to show him again. He's a little baby owl and he's one of the cutest little devils. See if we can get him to put his wings out here. Look at there. Isn't he beautiful?
Basically, baby anything. And he loved talking about these creatures. To him, these were his babies. And after seeing them, a part of you just kind of wants to go to a squirrel's nest and steal her young and raise them as your own. So that way, you can train them to steal all the gold! I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I would train them to bring me beer. Number 3. Paintbrushes are possessed. So how do you clean a dirty brush after you've put paint on it? Well, first, you dip it in odorless paint thinner, then you shake off the excess paint, and finally, against the metal stands of the easel,
Shake it off. And just beat the devil out of it.
You beat the devil out of it! I see him there, laughing. All the while, inside, he's dying because he knows that that 2-inch brush needs a fucking exorcism. Because the only real way to clean a brush is to beat the devil out of it.
Shake them off. And just beat the devil out of them.
But seriously, if anything made me want to go out and get a paint set, it was really just out of curiosity of getting a 2-inch brush, bashing it against something, and proclaiming, very calmly by the way, time to beat the devil out of it.
Shake it off. Beat the devil out of it.
Come on, admit it. You just want to beat the devil out of things sometimes too. Number 2. Let's get crazy. When you hear the phrase, let's get crazy, you probably think of somebody going balls to the wall at a club. I'm gonna get my hair did, I'm gonna put on some motherfucking shoes, I'm gonna put on a motherfucking coat, and I'm gonna go to the club and get my freak on. Let's get crazy up in this bitch. But when Bob Ross says,
let's get crazy,
you know shit is about to get as real as fuck. So what happens when he gets crazy? He goes in and gets a little bit of Van Dyke brown and a little bit of midnight black, and he puts a big old tree right in the middle of the picture. Woo! Yeah, let's get fucking nuts! Yeah! Let's go fucking crazy! See those happy little trees? Those are about to be happy big ass trees! A little tree here and a little tree there. Trees! 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 These trees are about to get us turned as a fuckboy at a Skrillex concert. We're gonna get crazy up in this bitch. Woo! Gonna put a big fucking tree here and a big fucking tree here and big fucking trees everywhere!
Let's get crazy.
So the next time you want to go crazy, all you have to do is remember just to put a big fucking tree in the middle of everything! And it's guaranteed to be a bigger trip than mushrooms. Number 1. The Joy of Painting. And I'm not talking about just the title of the show. I am not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, and not a lot of us are. But when you watch Bob Ross, you actually feel like you can do this as well. He made every painting look so effortless and enjoyable, it makes you want to go out and buy some paint and try it yourself. From the majestic mountains, the lakes and rivers, and of course, those happy little trees. What really makes you want to paint and just keep turning into a show is Bob Ross himself. His calm and endearing demeanor was not just warm and inviting, but it made you want to come back every week and watch him. Now, tragically, Bob Ross died in 1995 after a long battle with lymphoma. But looking back on all those shows, Bob Ross is more alive today than he ever was. And the recent resurgence online of the joy of painting has been able to reach an entirely new generation of people. And the fact that people are now rediscovering Bob Ross is not just a testament of how good the shows were, how good his paintings were, but how good he was as a man. And it really lets you know the impact and influence one man can have on the world. And really, that's kind of what the joy of painting is all about.
Shoot, I think we have finished painting. For that, I'm going to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend. I'll see you next show.
Guys, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday for another top 5 list, and of course come back frequently for new content every day. This has been Geektoid, and until next time, live long and geek on.